Alright guys, so in today's episode, I show you how to install a quick release. What's going on guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Budget Accord track build. As you can see here, I have a full carbon fiber front end for the Accord. Well, minus a front bumper because like honestly, who's going to make a carbon front bumper for an Accord, much less an Accord this old? But I was able to source some Seibon carbon fiber fenders that have long since been discontinued. I found a Mugen style carbon fiber front grille. I got a Seibon carbon fiber vented hood during Black Friday. That was super cheap. It was like $400 something shipped with a bunch of, I had the Black Friday sale, some affiliate coupon codes and whatnot. So it came out to like $4 something shipped total. So I couldn't pass on that. I know that's technically not part of the budget, but when something's that cheap, you just really can't pass it up. And when Daniel said he had these fenders for sale, I knew I couldn't pass that up because when am I going to find fenders like these again for my year Accord? And he also had the Mugen style front grille. So I just went ahead and purchased it all from him. But today mainly what I'm going to be showing you guys is how to install the Quik Latch hood releases on a carbon fiber hood, because I am not keeping my factory hood latch, and Seibon, VIS, all carbon fiber manufacturers recommends that you actually have quick or hood latches anyways, because it's just more secure that way. So it's not too much different than the video I made before with the Aerocatch. The only main difference is I am going to be using a circle hole instead of like that weird teardrop shape. So this is going to be much simpler than that. So if you want a more in-depth detail on how to install like Aerocatch hood latches, I'll leave a link in the top right-hand corner annotation to that video. But these are for the Quik Latch circular quick disconnects. Okay, if you guys are unfamiliar with Quik Latch hood releases, they're basically just like their bumper quick releases. They just work on like a little click system. So you basically just push it down. That's how it goes. Just gotta pull up. Yeah, that ain't going. I'm actually bending my frame, so you don't have to worry. Don't buy the knockoff ones off of like Amazon or whatever, or like don't buy like the Amazon brand ones from like the third-party sellers. Find the ones that are selling like the Quik Latch official ones. So I'll leave links down below on like official distributors on Amazon, or I'll leave the links to the official website that you can buy from them. So make sure you get these. There are ways you can tell that are fake. Like the rings would be not gnarled like this, and they're like black, I think. The insides are black instead of silver. There are ways to tell that the ones that are fake versus the ones that are real. But I'll link everything on where you need it. So basically what you got to do is you got to find where you want to mount your little studs. So obviously there are multiple points that you can mount it, but you got to take into account, is it going to bump into the headlights? Is it going to hit on the hood where you want it to hit? So where I found it most easiest for me without having to drill extra holes into the frame itself were these two mounts right here. There were already two bolt holes here, or just holes in general, as you can see. So there are two right here. They're perfectly parallel to each other. They hit on the hood where I want it to hit. They don't hit the headlight. They don't hit the radiator. Nothing's here. So this is where I'm going to be using it to mount my quick disconnect. Real simple. Okay, so to figure out where to drill the holes onto the hood, what I like to do is I'd like to just take some grease and stick it right on top of the ball joint there on both sides. So that way, when you close the hood down on it, you could see where the grease hits the top of the hood. So that's where you're going to drill. If you don't have grease, obviously you can use some tape. Just make sure it doesn't stick super hard to that, or some toothpaste. That works just as well too. So let's go ahead and close the hood and see where it's going to hit. All right, so as you could see there, if it's not too dark, there's a grease spot right there and a grease spot right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my drill and then start drilling a hole. All right guys, so here comes the scary part, the actual drilling. So per the instructions, you're gonna wanna take a 7/16 drill bit and drill a hole exactly where the grease spot or toothpaste or tape, whatever you use to mark where you need to drill the hole. Basically drill from the bottom all the way up at the same angle that the pins would go into the hole itself. So here goes nothing. Okay, now that you have your 2 holes drilled out, you're gonna want to take some tape, some painter's tape, masking tape. This isn't really a necessary step, but hopefully this helps to keep the resin from cracking while drilling through. Okay, next, according to Quik Latch's instructions, you're gonna want to take a 1 1/4 inch hole saw and drill a hole onto the onto the carbon fiber or hood, whatever you're drilling it into. So let's do this. No time like the present. Ooh, that was very stressful. This thing kept wanting to wobble, but it's done, so. So luckily the lip on this thing is pretty big, so you got a little bit of leeway to cover up any scratches on the outer edge, but it's not that much of a lip, so try not to slip too far. All right, so as you can see, I got it perfectly centered along with the holes. Well, depending on which angle I can get this camera at. There we go. So yes, now what you're going to want to do is they want you to take another hole saw, a 2 1/2 inch hole saw, and drill out the bottom of the hood here. If I can just get this tripod. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. All right, let's go. obviously now this is the part in the process where you have to start adjusting. So go ahead, take off the lock ring off your clip, take off the tape. Not too bad. So as you can see, I did slip up a little bit right here, but as you can see, it does cover it pretty well. So just go ahead, slide that right on in, take the lock ring, and just go ahead and start tightening it up. All right, they're just hand tight right now. You can see they both make contact, but it is clearly way too high. So I'm gonna go ahead and lower the pegs just a little bit. All right, so now I got it adjusted to where I want it. There's still a little bit of fine tweaking that I think I might need to do. But yeah, that is it. Basically, all you got to do now is tighten up the two nuts that are on the stud itself, tighten up the lock ring, and you are done. Now, they do also provide some Loctite for you to use. So once you tighten everything up, just go ahead and dab some of that Loctite onto the threads to make sure it sticks. But other than that, guys, that is it. Super quick, super easy. I think this took me all of like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. Hard to tell. It flew by really quick. So yeah, guys, really easy. I'll leave links down in the description box somewhere you can get everything you need. And remember, please try this at your own risk. If you do not feel comfortable doing this, make sure you take it to your local body shop and have them do it. But until next time, guys, later.